Welcome to Forex Films. It is Easter weekend, April 23rd, 2011. Want to do a weekend analysis of the euro and what we can expect in the coming weeks to months going forward. If you've already seen my long-term US dollar outlook, you'll note that we are actually close to the area I was looking to buy at. We hit the previous low for back at the end of 2009 here, and after we broke that, shot right down and then came right back up at the first sign of resistance below that. And that's pretty normal. I would have even expected to see it happen beforehand. And it's got a little bit more room. Maybe we'll head back up to 74.5, a little higher in a correction, and then continue lower. I don't think there's really that much more room for it to go down. We're looking at the low 73s, and we could go a little bit lower. I mean, we really have all the way down to 70, and we would keep our long-term focus of a very bullish dollar intact. Now, let's go back to the euro. The euro is a little less cut and dry. The dollar seems pretty obvious to me, but here, if we look at this from Elliott wave perspective, we have really 1, 2, 3. I've seen this counted as 5 here, and this is a fifth wave truncation, but let's go with something that's more likely and still has high probability. So we'll say this is 1, 2, 3. And then we have an obvious three-wave move after that. So we know the main focus is not back to a stronger euro. It's still back to a weak euro. So this has to be an A, and then we have our three-wave movement here, with the last wave being a 5-wave movement. So that's an A, B, C. And then we have what could have been taken as a 5-wave movement or a 3-wave. This is a B that we have here. And then back this other direction, in the current move that we're making, we could really go quite a bit higher if we considered this first leg down in 08 to 09 to be 5 waves. I would expect to do something like the US dollar is doing, where we head all the way up here. That's what this line is here. It's actually resistance a little bit further back, about 1.54 to 1.55. But since we don't have much room in the US dollar, and looking at how incredibly bad the fundamentals for the Eurozone are, I wouldn't expect it to actually get all the way there. So let's check out other resistance lines. We have our fibs off of this. Last week we rebounded hard off the 61.8% retracement, but it's pretty obvious that we're going to continue on. Now, see how I've drawn this is a wave, and this would have to be the B. So I've drawn from the origin of A to the terminus of wave B. Then I've made a parallel line off the top of the origin of wave B for a good possible resistance line. And that is a little past, that's almost to 1.51 at this point. So if that's going to be our resistance, we've still got a good ways to go. I really think we're headed to 1.5 just as a round number that people like to shoot for anyway. And if people are shooting for that, we could easily pass it by quite a few pips. I mean, like 50 pips, and still respect that figure. Now, a little bit shorter term, I have this resistance line off the lows paralleled to here, and that looks like it will in the very near future arrive at this other parallel resistance line. And I also put a line off the tops of the possible wave 3 of C, and that's just above our high from last week that we shot off of, but still quite a bit higher now, probably 1.48 before we could even hope to approach it next week. So we've still got a lot of room left in the euro upside. Just keep an eye on the US dollar, see where it's at, to make sure we're not getting into too risky of a situation. If we consider this to be a large A wave from all the way here, A, B, C, then these three waves combined will be a large B wave. Then we're looking at, let's see, this is approximately 1.6 to 1.23, so that's 37. We could easily go that far, and more likely go a whole lot further. And first I'm going to go to lower time period here. No, ignore these resistance lines, because when it gets down to the lower time frame, sometimes they don't end up in the right spot. So here is the last move in the euro. Still looks very impulsive. Then we have a correction, and then this congestion. And this congestion, on the pound, it actually looks bullish. But here, it looks more like this is a B wave congestion, and we're going to go lower into this massive resistance here. Look for 0.168 is my first target, and I won't take any more shorts after that from of this leg down to be our first target. And then if it goes any lower, you might want to think about buying at equality with the length of this leg here. Then we're likely to start shooting higher again. But there's a good chance that that's not going to be till Tuesday, at least for the bullish part. But that may be Tuesday night, so prepare for early Tuesday morning for New Yorkers like me. And I wanted to take a look at pound. We discussed the pound. This could also be congestion turning into the same exact thing, but it just looks more bullish, so I'm not looking to short this at all. I would not place a short trade quite yet. I'm actually still long. I held positions over the weekend. Oh, Euro Pound. This, not so much right now, because I think it could still go higher to 0.89 to 0.9 before a major move downward, but I do think a major move downward is coming very quickly. Go even higher time frame. See, we have this large, quick move upward. We've only got this small correction. This is like an exaggeration of what happened with the euro dollar. And this is going to be retraced a whole lot more. The reason why I'm looking a little bit higher from here too is a lot of times I think the movement from the top here to this top will come close to equal to this top to the next top down here. Doesn't have to happen, it just tends to happen more often than not. And then you want to be short the euro instead of the pound, because the euro is going to shoot downward also against the pound. A topic for another video, which I'll hopefully be releasing soon, is the pound long-term outlook, which might be shocking to a lot of people. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, send me questions, anything you got, and email me at forexfilms@gmail.com. Thanks.